The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Please challenge me. I get bored. You know, the reality is when you're making money, it's fun. But the bottom line is kind of stressful too because you do it wrong. Can I say that out loud? Problem you got today is we're going to look at you, we're going to look at the opportunity and ask all the questions you want. The hardest thing to get to you to do is change your mindset. You've been doing things wrong for so long, you don't even know what's wrong. So it's live. We're going to have some fun. Well, what are you going to do? Let's go get that Lamborghini. How about that $100 million mansion? How about that $1 million what? $100 million building. See, you're entitled to get goodies if you want, but the only thing you have to do is follow through. Now, in the beginning, I'm going to say no pictures or recording. Why? Because I need you to think here. I have to reprogram you like Humpty Dumpty. Now, we all got a sad story to tell, but nobody really cares, to be honest with you. I don't think people care. Never thought when I was a kid, born in a taxi. Laurie, born in a taxi. Can you imagine that? She didn't want me. Oh, well, what can I say? I thought it was cute. But guess what? What do we get to do? Q&A, questions and answers. Today, you're 45 probably to 75 years old. Maybe some of you are in your 30s. You're confused. Why? You're listening to TikTok, Google, and YouTube. Wow, look at all that blah, blah, blah. Why don't I get my baseball cap and put it backwards and act like I'm a friggin' genius? Well, that's what they do. It's ridiculous. They know a piece, but not all the pieces. I got lucky. As a kid being used and abused, I read every book I could. I mastered all the rules and tools. So today, all right, Q&A, ask a question, get an answer. Now let's look at me. I look at things, how to break it down to reach a goal. See, I don't stop reaching the goal till I'm done getting the goal. My ass, it's as high as 6 foot locker. It's not possible. White man can't jump. That's not funny. See, as a kid, I was kicking the door jamb. I was 10. That's only 6 feet. I had 2 weeks of junior high, Costa Mesa. I was kicking the basketball hoop going, nee! And people go, what the? And then the registered newspaper would come and take a picture. White boys can jump. See, the mindset is this. You want to reach goals, but I think you weren't dedicated. Maybe you basically kind of gave up a little bit. All right, it's a test of faith and persistence. Now, the goal. What if the goal was a $100 million building? Well, that's what I wanted. It was in bankruptcy 3 times. What did I do? I went and talked to these attorneys. They cussed me out. Said I was blah, 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 blah. So I left. 4 months later, what were you talking about again? You see, what happens is based on how you think about doing something differently. You know, it's amazing. When Steve Jobs said I was the greatest lateral thinker you ever met, I don't know what I meant for him, God rest his soul, but the reality is I think differently than most people do. All right, that building, how about that $1 million car? I like having goodies. The mansion's in the harbor, of course. How about the best kitchen my wife could ever have in all the islands? For all the goodies. But she was happy in that kitchen. She loved that too. So the yachts, why not? Here's the thing. Every one of you have a choice. Your choice is you keep rolling the dice as you. Why don't you basically write down, fire yourself. Say you're fired today. Because you should fire yourself. You roll the dice as you, which is kind of silly and stupid, by the way. Don't take it personally. It's a division process. It can save your ass. Yes. And you can accomplish your goal. Now, that tablet and pen, I want you to write this down. I'd love for you to write that. Now, understand, you're going to have to write it down 10 times to actually comprehend it and be able to do it. 10 times. That's a corporation owning a corporation. Now, understand, a grocery store has a store number. The bank have a branch number. Cities belong to states, and states belong to the federal government. So they have numbers, everything we're trying to do. So when they bankrupt a location, they just wipe out the debt and stay in business. You sit there going, beep, 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 beep. It's about it. Now, if we look at this correctly on this side over here, what is our goal? Here, what we want to do is a corporation with the division of me. You know, I go back to 1987 when Ken Yarborough and I wrote a book called File Segregation. I didn't like it. You see, when I worked for Witness Protection 100 years ago and I met Ken, he was CID. President Nixon's bodyguard and all this blah, blah, blah. He became security chief at TOW, became a civilian. I got to train him. Kind of fun. But you see, the problem is you allowed yourself to be the duck and the sheep. We're going to change that tonight. Every one of you have the ability to get to Maynard Dream, but you're going to have to follow through for about 3 to 6 months. Is that okay? All right. You've tried all your life being, let's say 30 to 40 to 75. You've tried all your life. Did you make it? See, what happens is maybe your friend and family member kind of knocked you down and ripped you off. Maybe spent thousands of dollars on a bunch of blah, blah, blah. What did you do? Banks and grocery stores and cities know how to play. And they don't bring the pain home like you. And the corporation's a legal person, and I'm a legal person of flesh. Ow, ow, ow. Still a legal person. But I don't have to bring the pain home because that'd be kind of silly and dumb. Geico, Warren Buffett's company. I think Warren's great. I remember having a Rupert float with him years ago with all this group of people at this diner. And all these people, he only has a house, the same car. That is such a BS. He owns 64 houses. It's ridiculous. We don't want to pay all the tax. He says we should pay more tax. Good. Line up. He's the worst one about paying tax, period, on planet Earth, by the way. When he shut down 38 locations of Geico in California, he bankrupted the hell out of it, fired everybody, and just basically went home, have fun. See, it's called a business decision. Cities file bankruptcy. What did you do? I don't get it. Why did you, every one of you, bring the pain home? Why? Why did you do? Simple. It's very simple. You took your credit cards, you jacked it up, you got stuck, you can't get any more. You backed yourself and family in a corner and honked your house being silly and stupid. But the reality is what you did was stupid, but it's not stupid. See, you're not stupid. What you did was stupid. You got it so far? So let's tell the truth. It'll set you free. These don't fluctuate. These all do. I can get any ding-dong to a 750 score. It's easy. All you got to do is learn Ray's rules and tools. And we're all a bunch of ding-dongs, so don't take that personally. We all do stupid things. When I learn something new, I got to master it. If not, I can't feel comfortable until I understand it better than you. Be that CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Let's see, mindset. I knew when I was 3.5 years old, eating out of a freaking trash can off the Redondo Beach Pier, I'd be a millionaire someday. I knew it. But then I learned I don't want to be a millionaire personally. I had a problem back then. I basically went and sold seeds, clackers, and mojards when I was 8.5 years old. And in Torrance, you know what? I was counting my money on the kitchen table. That nasty woman took my money. You're paying rent. You know what it's like paying rent when you're 8.5 years old? That sucks. What did I do? See, your problem is you. You didn't look behind the damn curtain. I went back to the library that day. You know what I did? I found out one thing. Savings bonds. Ooh, they don't understand that. I bond, double E bond. Why don't you look at double E bond? And exactly if you had kids or grandkids, you want to go to college, you have your college professor and you have all that money. It doubles every 10 years. See, you have to research and look behind the curtain every time. When you don't, you follow ducks and sheep, and that's kind of silly and stupid, in my opinion. I don't believe anybody. I think they're full of crap. They always said no. And that no didn't mean no. It means they don't know how to play. So that's why I wrote basically Winning the Game of Business years ago. Kind of fun, because I like to win. Don't you like to win? So what do we get to do? Let's write it down. Your goal is to write down, see it, believe it, go get it. You see, your goal would be very simple. I looked at something, I want that, I want that. I need to make my list. I need to check it twice. I need to know, yes, you've been naughty or nice. But the reality is, I want that car. I want that building. I want that money. How do I go get it? Who's going to help you? Well, who's going to help me? Nobody. I had to figure it out. I'd see it, believe it, go get it. All right, so here's you. You've had a choice since day one to use an SSN or an SS4. So when you were 14 to 16, you were told to get your SSN. Oh, goody. Meh, quack, 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 quack. You did what you were told. Do you even know why you did it? No, you don't even know you signed an SS5 form. I mean, you didn't pay attention. That's like, are you kidding me? I went down 17th Street to get mine. And I go, why am I doing this? What's this for? What does it do? She got so mad at me, she called her supervisor. He came over and he couldn't answer questions either. See, I thought all the people were stupid when I was a kid. When I grew up, I realized they were stupid. He says, "Kid, you have to." Because I have to, that's an answer? Hell no. SS5 equals SSN in a 1040 tax return. That's how they connect the dots. See, your problem is you didn't connect the dots. Now, you could stop and you can understand flying like an eagle using an SS4 because you're entitled to. They designed it for banking and credit purposes. You didn't pay attention. Why? But it's up to you. So if we decide tonight that we're going to see it, believe it, go get it, and we want the American dream, which is what to you? Living on the hill, drive the car of your dreams. Anybody sues you, they get diddly squat. Well, that's what the American dream is, to protect your ass. That's right. So we get to play the game. Let's go get some goodies. I like goodies. See, when you don't have a mommy and a daddy and a family, what do? You decide to feel sorry for yourself or kick some ass. I was just pissed off. I wanted to be the smartest person I ever knew. I studied everything I could because I do it better than they did. That was the goal, getting goodies. But understand something tonight. Your goal is to understand. Ow, 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 ow. Look at that. I had to duck my head. I hit the damn light that night. It's only 13 feet. I could take 2 steps and be up in the air to 13 feet in the air. Boom, booyah. There it is. My ass is heiser locker. See, it's a mindset. If you're going to accomplish a goal, you got to get mentally and understand you don't give up till you reach it. Yes, you're going to get knocked down 1,000 times and get your assets kicked. Get your assets up. But the mindset was simple. If I could touch it, I could kick it. So if I could touch it, I could kick it. That's how I looked at it. If I could reach the basketball hoop and the net, that's only 10 feet, and jump up, yeah. So I could touch it, I could kick it because I can do the splits every which way. Why not? So that taught me one thing for me. If I see what I want, I can actually go get it. Nothing gets in your way besides you. You're in your own damn way. Fire yourself and go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. I want you to think tonight. Let's think about thinking. The thinking is very simple. Okay? Tonight, we want to think about the American dream. What does this mean? If you want to go get something tonight, you have to understand there's 38 steps to every goal. Everything you want, you don't care if it's house, I don't care if it's car, I don't care if it's money, there's 38 steps. 38 steps to every goal you want to obtain. But then the biggest problem you got is, all right, it takes 8 times to master it, to think about it. You're going to have to hear what I say 8 damn times, like it or not. You have no choice. Then if I say write it down, you're going to have to write it down 10 times. Then you have to understand to apply it. Then you're going to ask questions as you go through it. You got to make this a routine. Routine is everything you're trying to accomplish. But the biggest thing in your problem in your life is going to be you. All right, you give up, and that's no fun. Or you let somebody knock you down. All right, what is the fastest way to build credit to a division? Daisy chain the hell out of it. Here's the thing. Here's a corporation. Okay, I have to build you a CFO. I'm going to guarantee everybody is 770 to 750, no problem. If they do what they're told, I'll give them 800. But again, I'm the guy that designed the system behind teaching Ken Yarborough about the 25-20% rule. So if I get a credit card for the corporation, I can ask for additional card. Let's look at it this way. If tonight you wanted to give your friend or family member an authorized user, right? But that's stupid because it's in the way, they don't need it. A corporation's a legal person, so it's a division. So if I get a card here, I ask for another user being in the division. Later on, I don't need tax ID for that division yet. But again, when I'm ready, after I daisy chain the credit, I can ask for separate billing or reapply. See, what you got to get around your head, Mark, is very simple. A corporation is a legal person, all right? And we're legal people of flesh. Ow, ow, ow. Corporations of law, public record. Again, not here to be CPA and attorney. You get a disclaimer. Divisions under the corporation, so it's a legal person. All right, there's only one, all right, to file franchise here in New Jersey, okay? All right, the difference is Chick-fil-A. But see, you're looking wrong, Joseph. Chick-fil-A is not a franchise. I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. Chick-fil-A is a management agreement as a franchise. You're looking wrong. You don't want a Chick-fil-A ever, unless you want to be a damn employee, glorified employee, and run that location. See, then that's what's going to do is going to tie up your time. The goal is to get auto income to free up your time, not to tie it up. But it's up to you. Again, maybe you want one of those, okay? Or should I stick with the what? All right, franchise. Wendy's, McDonald's. McDonald's is good, but again, they want 2 million in, 2 million reserve a lot of times. Wendy's would be the one I'd go after, because I can get like 75,000 down on a Wendy's. And here's the problem. If Joseph doesn't listen carefully, he's going to do that Wendy's as a corporation. That's called stupid. Or maybe under him, that's double stupid. See, the problem is the restaurant needs to be a division. You're all going to get sued. Every one of you going to get sued. When? I have no idea. If we create a liability to a division, we'll be able to afford to lose a division. But right now, you're doing liability to you and your corp because you're ducks and sheep, because you didn't learn how to play the game to win. So again, I'd think about basically the Wendy's restaurant. Jack in the Boxes are pretty good too. I bought my first one when I was 19. So again, we use 3 to 9 divisions. How do we use supply credit to balance the debt? We'll go into that a little bit, Daniel. But understand, all right, when it comes to the divisions, 3 to 9, whatever, it multiplies credit. Supply credit is literally something you create supply and you turn it into cash. Because when I had an oh shit day and found myself out of a coma and they stole my 3.7 billion, I had to find some money. So the reality is very simple. We got to get the money to get the honey. Now, don't think the honey is about women or men. The honey is the goodie, the car, the building, whatever you're trying to do. Because we want all the goodies. Hello, Mr. Reynolds. Thank you very much. When you say all cars fluctuate, all right, what is this about the car that doesn't fluctuate? All right, let's understand, Lori. Okay, you jacked up your cards. That means you didn't look at the putting the sticky there, the 29% rule, and every time you jacked it past 29%, your score dropped. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. You're measured by a number of people. Don't you understand this? They didn't tattoo it on their forehead or on their arm. Well, we're measured by a friggin' number. We're bonded up to 35 million apiece. We're still a number. And that's how it works. So if you jack it up and get stuck, that's called stupid. But if we have these cards here, they don't fluctuate up to $1 million. Friggin', they're unlimited in a pay-to-time limit. So if we're going to jack up a card, should we not jack up the one that doesn't fluctuate and leave these to 29%? You see what happens if you all have shitty credit, or if you do, you jacked up the wrong damn card. Now that's on you. Oh, there goes that rhyming thing I do all the time. So the bottom line is we play the game. When changing the officers list on the corporation, can it be a division name or registered agent? Here's the problem about registered agent. 2009, I am the largest registered agent in the world. I have sold 10 times to Nevada Corp to anybody on this planet to this day. So registered agent, to change it, okay. But again, the officer, you got to open the bank account. You're sitting with the bank. If it's not really you, they can't open the bank account. There's nothing wrong with you being the signer of the bank account or an officer. You can't change it. Let's understand. Your corporation on Secretary of State's website, your name's right there. Okay, or I'm going to registered agent. They have to disclose who you are anyway. Their license and bond it. Here you go. They're for service or process, but then they have to say who you are. And when you get the lawsuit, you're still a duck and a sheep. But it's like the LLC. I don't have a car. That's called stupid. They call the office all the time being stupid all the time. It's ridiculous. And the LLC is a corp. They came up with the CTA Act, which is the BOI, which everybody should do just to get out of their hair. But again, it's the bottom line is what they're trying to do. And that's the ultimate goal, how to play the game to win. All right, let's go through a couple other things. We'll come back to some more questions and answers. Now, I want to suck your brain out, throw it away, and put a new one in. Would that be okay? Or could I just brainwash you to do it my way? Because your way sucks. Sorry. Repackaging America, that was me. Only in America I gave to Don King. And incorporate you, I did that one too. So let's do like Humpty Dumpty. In other words, get off your assets and do it my way, because your way sucks. Now, again, what do we look at? What is our goal? Let's reach the highest goal we can, and let's do something they say we can't anyway. Let's get a bunch of goodies. Write it down. You ready? I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not the corporate my family, because I'm not stupid and I have no intent to do fraud. You can leave the part out about being not stupid, but a division process. Corporation. It's like, I don't understand, I understand Grant, he's been indicted and sued and all the blah, blah, blah. Don't get a house. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. I am a father. I am a husband. It is my job, duty to provide a house for my wife to turn into a home. That's her territory, period. If she's not comfortable, I can't be comfortable. So that comment, Grant, man, it's called stupid. And then Cody's going out there, you need to be rich. Hell, she wasn't rich until she got to this hedge fund thing. Come on, give me a break. Okay, but again, I don't want you to be rich. Do you want to be a millionaire corporation or a millionaire? Do you want to be a millionaire? See, I never want to have something in my name. I learned that at 8.5 years old. All the shitty people around me are stealing my shit. It sucks. So I want to have a millionaire corporation. In other words, I want to be the puppet master. I want to control it, play with it, and not own in it. Okay? So it's like your age. Well, I'm so stop. When I turned 39 years old, I told myself I will stay 39 the rest of my life. And that's exactly what I did. Okay, I'm 39 and a half now. How do I look so far? I haven't changed in 20 years. So guess what? Join, like, what, McDonald's 52? Colonel Sanders 65 to sell his recipe? See, your problem is money. Your biggest problem is money gets you the honey. And what do we look at? Okay, so how do we get the money? Let's see. Here, I got 10 million. How much would you like? See, every one of these things represents something. This is basically division credit. Okay, then we basically here, and we have to look at what we're going to do next. And this is the Dun & Bradstreet. This is going to be my file for 100,000 plus credit. And then we got to have, $10 million credit over here. Fun stuff. See, you got to understand cash credit, tax ID, and even the Dun & Bradstreet through the charter number. You have to understand how to play the game to win, but it's up to you. I mean, are you ready to be a CFO? Okay, are you ready to listen? Half of you, sorry, are friggin' lazy. You're lazy as hell. You do the same damn rerun every day. And you don't change what you do, and you hear me, but you don't get off your asses to do it. The other half want to go kill it, but that's okay. But then you get sidetracked in what you're trying to do. Okay, and they pull you this way or that way. That's kind of dumb. Every one of you have the chance to be a certified CFO. But again, are you willing to do what you're told? See, you're a grown-up. You don't want to be told what to do. But your way sucks. My way works. I got 33 millionaire clients. I got 30 billionaires. I'm known as the Incorporated for Rich and Famous as well. If we listen, and we're going to get 100,000 of personal credit, I want to get you 8 to 10 cards. Now, this is 50,000. Would you like 2 of those? Here's the thing about life. Every time you jack it up and get stuck, you get stuck, you're stuck, you're stuck, you're stuck, you're stuck. Damn, they're all beating you up. The creditors everywhere you go, even the damn bank. But if we turn around and have 100,000 of credit, and we use our 29%, put our sticky, and we dummy proof this, and we have 71,000 of safety in case we have a no shit day, week, month, or year, that's about a 1-year salary to at least survive. See, that's how I looked at it. That's how I designed it for me. But again, at the same time, I got to have these because they don't fluctuate. This is the card I want to jack up at any given time I want to, because my score will not drop and I won't have shitty credit anyway. But it's up to you. The next thing we got to think about a corporation. Okay. Everybody is amazing. You call the call centers. I don't have a corp. I got an LLC. You know how stupid that makes you sound, Billy? It makes you sound like an idiot. Because Billy paid an attorney to do a corporation. Well, stop. This is bullshit. Your lack of knowledge is your stupidity. An LLC is a damn corporation. And you got all these ding-dongs. You need an LLC or C Corp. Bottom line is you want a C Corp because it's the only damn corp you can throw away if you screw it up. Okay, but again, whatever you got, LLC, C Corp, you turn into S when you start making money under the 1244. See, 20% of you don't file tax returns. 20% of you haven't filed taxes, and you think you're getting away with it till they knock on the door. They're gonna get ya. Every time that door does, your heartbeat goes, oh. 1244, you get back in the system, you don't pay any tax anyway. Here's the problem. If your corporation does business, I'm going to call that stupid. That's right. Your corp never does business. It's a management company, period. Managed entities called divisions. When I invented division process in 85, 86, I didn't want to pay franchise tax fee for every Shakey's Pizza, every 31 flavor, every Subway, every shopping center, and everything I had and all the pieces. Be damn it, I'm paying franchise tax fee. $800. It cost me $1 million a year just to play in California in a franchise tax fee. Are you kidding me? Divisions are free. My name's not on the damn form. It doesn't make sense. I can roll that dice and give it a hell of a try. Whee! Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, well. Disconnect, I said incorporate, don't have any intent to do fraud. I throw the sucker away. So if we put our mindset around this, it's like the auto income. All right, 2009, it was perfect to me. You walked into my millionaire what groups, my billionaire groups, you got past Betty in the front lobby, the classroom, 800 people. We can put in there 22,000 square feet. One of the offices, B of A, Chase, franchise, and ADP. One shop place, turnkey everything. You see, the problem with 80% of you, you hear about auto income, you hear about the, here's the blueprint, and here's the brokers, let's go look at it. And then you sit there going, what do we do now? I just want to basically say, let's put you in this location here. Let's take that place in Palm Springs we're playing right now, 37 units. It's $1.2 million. All right, now one person can put the 300,000 down, or we can put 4 people in it. All right, as a what? We partner up. Now we all get 6,000 a month, and then it goes up to 11,000 in 6 months after we build reserve. Now you got an auto income. Until you understand auto income that I created as a kid, you're not going to get it. Now I know they're going to call it passive income, residual income. I don't give a damn what you call it. I wanted money to come in and pay my damn bills. That's it. Now I got to protect my ass. I swore when I was a kid, if I ever got married, I cannot bring the pain home. I had to study everything I could, law, accounting, everything I could do to make sure I didn't bring the pain home. Division process gave me that. I don't bring the pain home. Why would I do that? It's stupid. Only stupid people do that. If you're not stupid, why'd you do it? Because you followed stupid. There you go. If you don't protect your ass, someone's going to take it away. It's family. You have any idea what it's like being used and abused, eating out of a friggin' trash can? Okay, not having a mommy and a daddy and family. Everybody else has family. I don't got shit. Eating out of a trash can. Are you kidding me? The Cosby Show. All right, fathers know best. That's all I got. It sucks. So I said to myself, I better find a way. There was no way. I created it. So the bottom line today, it's like you. Your goal is to understand something flat out, the truth. Okay, the truth is bullshit doesn't pay my bills. One of my books, bullshit doesn't pay your bills. And there's a lot of bullshit in this world. Sorry, but it's true. Okay, bullshit. But again, 87% of you have more damn excuses you had in your life. Okay, it's amazing what you do with your excuses. Okay, let's prove my point. If you got $2,500 now, or you could go get it, or if I said I'm going to give you all your goals now, would you find the $2,500? Of course you would. The answer is yes. You're gonna kill it. You're dedicated enough to possess yourself to say, I gotta go get this $2,500 if I have to borrow the damn money. See, now you're gonna make some difference. And that means simple. You said yes. 5 minutes later, it became a no. Your yes became a no. There's your problem. Your yes became a no. It's like, damn it. How do you stay to the course? Your problem is you. Sucks. So let's take a Bill and a Katie, engineer and a school teacher. Kind of boring people. Me, I'm boring. I stay to myself. I'm a loner. Okay, I never like people. I think people suck. They're always just in my way or trying to steal my shit. So I stay to myself and I research everything for me. Then I met this crazy Colombian. I fell in love. She's nuts and I'm boring. People look at her, you married, he's boring. Well, she's nuts. Hey, it makes sense. Kind of like here. All we had to do for this couple, very simple, all right, is get their credit rebuilt. In other words, learn the rules and tools and pay attention from their American Express personal gold cards. Why do I want the cards? They don't fluctuate. Okay. So we don't play the up and down show anymore. 730 score in 62 days. 65,200 of personal credit, 112 days. Okay, we're working on the process. What do we do? 145,000 of business credit, 65 days. So we're positioning to be what? A CFO, a chief financial officer, and that's the goal. Then I said, you know, the American Express Platinum, now watch this, okay? I said, the Platinum card I got you, I want you to hand it to me. What? What if you take advantage of me? Stop it. Knock off the crap. It's like, you know, saying Elon Musk needs your money. So I'm going to take your card. You're going to hand it to me. I'm going to take your corp, put a division of your corp under my corporation so I can use my bank accounts to verify millions of dollars to get you a blueprint loan. I'm going to use 10,000 on the card, 5 to 10 at the most. By the way, you haven't realized yet, have you? You waste $50 every other day. $5,000 is $50 a month. It's like, are you kidding me? All right, the 10,000 is $100 a month. Wow. So we take that, and the goal is to get a blueprint loan, which you can get that at Chase, you can get it at Stellar Bank or American Express. So what happens is they want to buy something, you know, and you know, when it comes to storage units, laundromats, and all the things I've always done in apartment complex. Now, I wanted to get them 250, but they were approved for 234. Is that okay? So all of a sudden, now they're approved for that, we give them back their damn card at zero balance. But what happens next? We take that storage unit they want, it's $1.2 million. The down payment's $110,000. Now this one I can say I get 4 people in it, and they all put basically 25,000, 26,000 in it, and they get a piece of the action. Or they partner with me and they basically put 110 down. Okay. Now what does that do for us? Their cut every month is 18,350. 18,350. Now for 6 months they only get 11,000 because we're going to build a reserve. Now at the end of 8 months or 6 months, what do we have? So we're creating an auto income. When I bought my first storage unit, I was 19. When I did it with my ex-father-in-law, Dr. Robert Soltis from the LA School Board, it was just fun. You didn't have to do anything besides give some money, get money back. See, your money sits there and it does nothing. You need to vegetate. And then you do the wrong thing anyway and you just piss it away and you're broke. That's what happens to most people. So if we take now, we have 2 more in escrow. What are we doing? Each location is a division. Why? Because we want to separate liability. Okay, we make the division the duck and the sheep. From there, by July, we got 76,625 monthly income. What are we trying to do? See, when it comes to auto income, it's to replace or enhance. Your choice is what you want to do. That's why I designed it for myself when I created Cash Flow Free of My Time in my book called Winning the Game of Business 40 years ago. Now we have 919,500 yearly income. What do we do now? A corporation, most people name it after what it does and name it after themselves. It should be neutral because that's all the other stuff is stupid. Now we can have multiple functions. That means each division can be customized. Car wash, escrow, 26,000 a month. What do we do now? That's 312,000 per year. So if we were to do this, and I had to do a blueprint call with them in the beginning to line them up, the blueprint call is the key to understand their past, present, and future. 1 year, 62 days, 109,000 a month. Okay, now we have 1.3 million corporation. What did they do? All they did is spend 2,500 bucks. You see, they were so, I don't want to spend money, right? spend it, get the corp, use the credit. Every time I got credit, they bought more and more and more and got to the American dream. That was the goal. So that 2,500 bucks, what happened? Okay, this is what happened in a year and 62 days. So it's like the list. I don't think you can ever create a list until I blueprint you, which means literally I'm going to give you my list after I basically go through the questions and answers that I have for you within an hour with your partner of life. I believe you need a goal list, my way, because your way didn't work. You need a daily, weekly, and a project list. Auto income should be the solution. Running a business, no thank you. See, when you run a business and you create credit and the income, you live off the income coming in to pay the bills and the credit, and you basically go broke. If you reference 3 times 5, you build lines of credit to run the business so you don't run out of money. All right, and 87% run out of money. So my way, let me create the list for you so you don't screw it up anymore, kind of thing. But again, it's like corporations. One of the things I watch people do is I'm going to go to the bank, get a line of credit. Go ahead. If your corporation is not 2 years old, they're not going to give you a line of credit at all. You can get cards, corporations just existing in your CFO. But again, getting the line of credit to the 150, if not more, it's got to be 2 years old. So do your division. So you multiply the credit. Let's think. I'm a man. I have credit. My wife has credit. We have basically, and I have 6 kids. Each of them have 800 scores. Now I also have 13 grandkids. See, those are like divisions. They all have their own credit files. So again, they can stand on their own scoring system because we're all legal people. If you don't have a corp from last year, you're going to wait till next year. That's okay. But if you want, I have extra corporations. I always do extras anyway, because for the people who didn't think about doing it right away. All right. It's like here. We're going to answer the questions, and that's great. Every time you apply knowledge and you try to do something, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to get pushback. It's 38 steps, but it's like you're fighting the world to get there. If you get knocked down 1,000 times, you get up 1,001. So like a phone call with me, okay? Now I'm 3,000 an hour. That's what Disney pays. That's what Barbie pays. That's what Toll Brothers pay. Okay, and on and on and on. And I'm 25,000 a day. Okay, I was always classified as the #1 consultant worldwide, by the way, and incorporated for Rich and Famous. My wife calls this my hobby. Okay, so if you want me on the phone for 13 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's $3.99. It's a giveaway. Okay. Now we created something today just to help people. Okay, so I want you to take a picture. This is good today. We only wanted to do it one day, and then we'll see how it went. 3 calls with me, $7.99. 6 calls, $17.94, and 9 calls, $26.91. It averages the call to be $2.99, 300 bucks less. Okay, so again, we can go over here and get 1 call, or we can get here a group of calls to get some discounts. Now, during this time, understand, a lot of you email me, or even on Sundays, which I don't like that. That bothers me. Okay, but you'll email me. I'm here at the office at 4 o'clock in the morning. And if you ever notice, I always respond to your emails. Then I might assign it to a specialist or something else. This allows you to email questions or / calls Monday through Saturday, 5 to 5. That's right, because that way, in case you get stuck on something. The blueprint's pretty important. I've got to understand you, your partner of life. I've got to understand past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly. I got to find, do you have a bankruptcy? Do you have a tax lien? Did you ever screw American Express and Chase? I need to know this to be able to get around all that. Then we have to think, okay, you have a corporation and a family. You have divisions. How many divisions you have? See, positioning you right for the blueprint is important because I'm going to give you a daily and weekly list. Now, we're going to plan to live. We're also going to plan to die. That's why we're going to plan to die. The reason we have probate attorneys is because people are stupid, flat out, because they get their family stuck in probate because they didn't leave a legacy like the Gettys, Hiltons, and and basically the Fords did. All right, so we're going to plan the irrevocable trust. We're going to protect our assets, and everything is going to be tied into the trust. The car you drive today, you're liable because you're a registered owner. I call that stupid. The registered owner of a car should be a division, so they sue anything it's a division because that's the only thing you're willing to get rid of, not the corp in your family. Right now, you're dangerous because you have a bullseye if somebody bumps your car today. From there, the house, you did escrow, close, homestead, trust. Escrow, close, homestead. You didn't bother. You know what the hell a homestead is, most of you. You didn't do it. And then you didn't put it into a trust. I mean, this is called good, stupid, and stupid. The reality is that's what happened. House should have been bought through the trust in the first place so nobody knows it's your house. All right, auto income, cash flow for your time. The office is simple. They're going to sell this and they sell it for $19.99, $2,000. That's what it's worth anyway. I do a broadcast, and a lot of times I'll discount half price. All right, you save some money, you get to go and have some fun. Then you're stuck with me, but that's an hour call with your partner of life. I'm always going to say, take a picture of this. One thing I love about Zelle, okay, your banks got together on July 6, 2022. They bought Zelle to be able to transfer to shut down more locations. Ray or racecredit.com, you put RW in your Zelle. Simple. I like that. So let's focus on chapter 18. Chapter 18 is where you didn't pay attention because no one told you to. By the way, no one told me to. I decided to research it myself because I heard a corporation's a legal person. I was 7.5 listening to a poker game. All right, here's you got Michael Landon, Dan Blocker, Gunsmoke, Mission Apostle, producer, Ted Turner, and this Laker became an attorney, and all these people going blah, 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 drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, talking out there, you know what's, going blah, blah, blah. Now, I wanted to find out what it meant. I taught myself how to read at 2.5 years old, memorize everything. Went down to the library, went to the Torrance Police Department first. I knew there was a library somewhere around there. Found the library, man, what does this mean? I wanted someone to help me. All I got in my life was shit. No one trying to help me, always trying to knock me down and steal it from me. Because I always have the goodies. I mean, how would you feel if you watched me at 14.5 driving a Lamborghini to Orange Coast College? You hate the hell out of me. Well, that's what I did. He's a trust baby. No, I'm a friggin' orphan. But again, this is what I got to deal with. So what do? Corporations illegal what? I'm looking for a blueprint. They didn't have one. So what did I do? Now watch what happens next. May sue or be sued. I didn't pay attention to that. I screwed up. I literally screwed up. I did not pay attention where a corporation gets sued, they sue you. And neither did you. Congratulations. Now let's watch. Business Professional Code 17983. I went to the library for 2.5 years. Okay, I was 9.5 years old. I sent away $10. $10 is nothing. Okay, that same corp today is $30. But something here stuck in my head. I didn't like something. It made no sense. Something was wrong. You ever feel something's wrong? So again, my first corporation cost me $10. I was 9.5 years old. Okay, what did I get? 100,000 credit in the mail. I got named to the movie Dave. Simple. Okay. People got credit cards and corps in the mail all the time back then. Now, I screwed up when I was 12.5 years old. Screwed up. When I started the Owens County Blind Center, I said we're going to use and teach the art of Braille. My little friend on the TV commercial, she was blind, so we're teaching the art of Braille. I got named in a lawsuit because Braille belongs to the Braille Institution. Our goal is to never bring the pain home. See, if you go to school today and you get a degree, you do your time, you get the paper. I think you learn your job by doing your job because the paper just is a piece of paper. I think any idiot can go to school and ask Siri all the questions and answers, and you're done. How hard is that nowadays? So here's the big lie. Your big lie is you lying to yourself. I got a corporation, it's going to protect me. No, it's not. You signed literally the car. You signed on behalf of the corporation. That's called stupid. You signed the lease of a building. That's double stupid. And then you sign for the credit card. See, eventually, like I said, I want you to fire yourself. Okay, it doesn't work this way. So let's understand, you bankrupt a corp under the Federal Protection Act, no problem. What are they going to do? Come get you. But a division of you, all right, they can come get, it's not you. So when I researched and I explained to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 how to use an SAS4, 26 ways. So legitimately, a corporation with divisions allowed multiple tax IDs and separate liability. Your banks have branch numbers, your grocery stores have store locations, and then you have cities. Your problem is you didn't do your research. You follow like ducks and sheep. But today, you look at today's date, and we go fight for the next 90 days. I guarantee in 90 days, if you do what I tell you to do, you have a 750 score. Guaranteed. I don't have excuses. Coaching could be fun too. With my junior and senior and coaches having fun. Okay. Well, what are we going to do? I'm going to tell you what to do. In the beginning, until you get to know me, you say, I don't know like that. The reality is, just understand. If you got 2 million to billion like I did through corporate structure, you wouldn't be watching me right now. You'd be teaching the class. But the reality is, what did you do? You fell on your wife. That might rhyme too. Guess what? What is your goal? It's simple. Money. How do we get the goal of 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month? That would be your goal. That's what you should be focusing on today. So you can help me, help you, and help other people. We have referral programs, we have affiliate programs, and everybody can change their lives. See, I believe no one should have shitty credit. But again, that's just what I believe because no one taught them rules and tools. And that's sad. They didn't learn rules and tools. And that's the biggest mistake people did is they don't understand what they're really doing. They're basically a bunch of amateurs doing a half-assed job. Did I say that out loud? Don't take it personally, but that's what I believe. But again, you have to understand how to play. We have to play the game of business. That's how I turned it as a kid. I turned it into a damn game. All right, hello, Mr. Reynolds. I need to know the next step for, all right, I last spoke to Brandy. She indicated left my file on your desk. Okay, well, it is. And your file's here. We've actually looked at it earlier today, too. So she'll reach out to you and let you know what we're going to do. Positioning credit as well. All right, got back to me. If I got 100,000 line, how do I pay it back? Well, let's understand. Let's do this. All right, what did Robert do? I got him lined up for the 35,000 at Navy. Navy puts in your account. The payment's $1,200 a month and it goes right away. We bridge loan it. When I say a line of credit, if it's in your account or basically it's a line of credit and it's due in 45 days, I always tell people you have a problem. Your time's running out. If you're not ready to put something in escrow, that means you better bridge loan it. You turn it into an income because that's what I had to do when they were shrinking my limits years ago. So the bottom line is very simple as we do these things. All right, can we go visit you in your new office? We will have open, everything. See, pandemic changed the whole world and even delayed even some of my lawsuits and getting my money back. But I had to rebuild millions and billions anyway. New office will have basically a classroom. All right, all the franchise stuff that we did before, and we're going to say, come on down. The other thing is, what will happen is we'll actually use our address as a mail forwarding for clients, so they could use it even to build credit. Okay, it's important. Does each division need to have its own business license? No, not at all. A lot of cities don't know it's like a license. You don't need it. Corporation is licensed. But if you take your division and you basically get a location in another city or something, if it's got a location or something, it might need a separate license, yes. In the beginning, divisions are the daisy chain credit first, and that would be the ultimate goal. Auto income bridge loans, please explain again. I need to hear it. Well, they need to hear it 8 times. Okay, chattel mortgage. Okay, equipment. All right, things like this as well. Photography, what we're looking at. Well, let's understand. That's a lot of things to look at. So let's kind of dissect a little bit of it. The goal is auto income needs to be something that creates money that's automatically coming in, managed by a third party. Chattel mortgage, you want to use that because I created the way the chattel mortgage is under UCC blocker and a chattel mortgage under leasing out properties or putting out loans. I'd say go to the real estate class on that. We'll break it down in step by step. Replace value of current price, 60,000 in photography. Well, see, here's the thing where I told you basically what to do. The equipment you have, all of you, you should basically understand your house, your office, take pictures of everything. It should be tied into a UCC one. See, the house has a deed of trust, car has a pink slip. But what happens is a lot of times is the asset needs to be tied in from Divisions Corp and an irrevocable trust. I mean, let's ask this question next. Where's your stuff go when you're dead? Okay, where's it go? All right, the problem is you didn't basically line it up the right way. So it's like, what? You're not leaving a legacy for the next generation like your family didn't do for you. Sorry, but it's true. Divisions. I am engaged fleet price at the dealer. Well, the difference is I wouldn't do fleet price for a car at the dealer. All right, I'd go and call the fleet manager. The moment you go to a dealer, the problem is you step on the property, whoever says hi gets commission. Okay, so I'd like to get the fleet manager before I go to the dealership. But I'm also going to get basically pre-approved. Pre-approved, I can do that online, and that would be the ultimate goal. Okay, very simple to do. How do I check the credit score on a division? Well, divisions don't have credit scores in the beginning until it gets tax ID. And that would be the goal. When you get a tax ID, then you'd build separate credit files. That's when you might want to, all right, look at a credit file, because Experian, Trender, and Equifax business reports, the way I set up the dashboard, basically 87, was based on tax ID. Okay, so 4 questions from the corporation division to just the corp. Well, again, I don't want the corp to do business. Let's look at Mary here. Here's Mary. All right, Ivy League education. What does Mary do? She wants to start a restaurant. So she does the typical thing that most people do. Contacts an attorney. He's going to look at the lease, all right, and make sure it's a good lease for 10 years. She's going to guarantee it because he's dumb enough not to tell her not to. But again, what happens is she gives the attorney $10,000 as retainer, $5,000 to the CPA to look at the books and all the taxes and stuff. No problem. Mary used $98,000 of her personal credit to start the restaurant. Her score was 801 and would drop to 610. And she calls up CPA and attorney. What did I do? They can't answer the question. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They specialize in one thing only. When Mary's restaurant basically filed bankruptcy because that stupid attorney told her to guarantee the lease, she could have guaranteed the lease as a division of her through tax ID like grocery stores in cities, and also the banks do. Unfortunately, nobody explained that to her. So when she lost the restaurant, she filed bankruptcy. All right, they came after her personally. She lost her home. Her husband divorced her 3 weeks later. He didn't sign up for that. Now, I learned something as a kid. Okay, it was very simple. I didn't think anybody gave a what. So what did I always say when someone asked, how you doing? I always said always good. Then I learned later on that's a mindset. I've been saying that since I was a little kid, always good, always good. I get clients to come on the phone and I ask how they're doing. They ask how I'm doing. Always good. Ray, I needed to hear that always good. The mindset. Then we have to say, thank you, Jesus. How we look at things. So this is 2025. This means this year is the year to run. We get to run. We don't look back. And we have to brainwash ourselves so we're going to reach our goal. In other words, it has to be to the point we're going to reach the goal no matter what, period. We're not to accept the word no at all. You have to say that to yourself 10 times a day. Now, I'm going to look at boring and steady. That's what makes sense to me. So I'd like someone to drive you around your city. You're the passenger now in the front seat. And I want them to take you to the busy street. See, you're going to see these things. My question is, pull down the visor, look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself one question. Why the hell you don't own these things? Somebody does. For the money you have pissed away in your lifetime so far, you could have bought a Wendy's restaurant, auto income. But again, that's up to you. So you can partner with me. That means I'll give you a broker's list if you're in coaching. Here's how to do it. I'll walk you through the escrow and all the pieces, or we can do it together, or I'll do the whole damn thing for you. The bottom line is getting the keys. Take a picture of this because this is the type of business I think you should focus on. This is auto income. All right, up to 100,000 a month minimum. We can do all the work for you if you want. Always had a business that's turnkey for all my clients because I don't think they want to get their hands dirty a lot of times. They just want to get the credit and invest and have some money coming in. So if I get you the 100,000 to a million, would you invest it into a business and get auto income? Well, the reality is very simple. Let's own it. Let's not run it. Does that make sense? Auto income, let's understand, requires 100,000 of credit. If I build you 100,000 of credit, line of credit, bank, whatever it is, or a card, come with checkbook, will you take part of that 100,000 up to 25 or 50,000 to put into a business and close an escrow and let me do it for you? Again, I have a location system we've used for years, and we fine tune it all for auto income. What happens is, give an example like John here. John took 4 months to get 26,000 a month. Okay. All right. Robert took basically 36 or 35,000 a month. That's not bad. All right. He wasn't very aggressive. He worked at it part time. All right. From here, we got basically Dave, who got very aggressive. David got aggressive. He did this in 8 months. It's 96,000 a month. From there, what do we do? Katie she's just a killer. 224 a month. So everyone is different in life. How you structure is the same, and you can all go get the goodies if you want to. Peter does marketing, serious, and all kinds of stuff. He's a marketing agent, and all the things he does in business, 367 a month. But again, this is how you want to look at things. So the goal would be, let's say today, all right, if all of a sudden you listen and do what you're told to do, that'd be a good concept to think about. Let's get the $100,000. Maybe it's the Business American Express, paid over time, 100 grand. Maybe it's the basically Wells Fargo, Chase, whatever we position. Whatever card we get to get 100,000, whatever the next step would be, we'd like 9 more cards. If we were to daisy chain the card to 10 cards, that is $1 million, which can happen off one card. Each division can have a different type of business. So what I would recommend to all of you, literally looking at financial freedom, okay, literally take a picture right now. 100,000 to 1 million a month. There's your auto income. But it requires, all right, for $100,000. And if you don't have it because you're not winning the lottery, getting a raise, why don't we just build the corporate credit so you can afford to do it? Okay, then write it all off. See, debt offsets taxes. And that's what makes sense. Most of you, 45 to 70 years old. You played it safe, you didn't take the chance, or you got your assets kicked. Now you're nervous about starting something. Again, what do? Biggest mistake that you made for you is your lack of commitment. You didn't fight through the pain. All right, you got to want it bad enough to go get it, and not let anybody get in your way. Sorry, and yourself get in your way too. But again, I think the biggest problem, most of you give up on you, and that kind of sucks. So the reality is very simple. Roll the dice as a division. We can look at Freddie Mac. We can look at 203K, HUD properties, all kinds of stuff as well. Section 8. We can basically look at a DSCR loan up to 90%, and they do a pushback of 10. What do we want to be? The bank. Shouldn't you be the bank? Wouldn't that make more sense? See, my problem in the 80s and part of the 90s, every time I want to get more goodies, they kept saying loan to value problem. Well, as long as I separate through my divisions, I had no problem getting millions and billions. Kind of fun. But again, it's like God's gift. I have a problem. My problem is I got 3 yachts, 2 race boats, a Duffy, and a bunch of Sea-Doos. I got properties on all 5 islands, no problem. But everything is all over the place. It's a mess. Where did I park that yacht last? And believe it or not, it's true. So what do? Well, we name everything the Ray Reynoldds University.com. Then we go get that Duffy. That's what I did because I wanted to have a business meeting on Friday and Saturdays and cruise over to Captain Jack's. That's what we did almost every Friday and Saturday. It's fun. All right, so we got a $100 million building here. Got a $1 million Lamborghini. I like Lamborghinis, you haven't noticed so far. But again, it's like the helicopters too. All right, so since white men do jump and accomplish goals, and we can basically jump 2 steps and go kick out the lights at 13 feet, especially when the Guinness Records guy kind of, where's the wires? So what do? We accomplish the damn goal. Now, through all the madness in my life, my wife wanted me to research my family after the coma in 2009. All right, so guess what? We found out Richard Bishop's my grandfather. I did meet him 3 times, didn't realize I was grandpa at the time. But you know what? He won the Olympics in 1932. Coach Bishop, Roosevelt High, made a movie after him. I think he just looks like Al Capone. See, the word no doesn't mean no. You accepted no, and that's what you did. No doesn't mean no. It means they're stupid. They don't know how to do it, so get the hell out of my way. See, the Ray Reynoldds University. My goal and dream, and we're finally putting it all back together again so people can come to the office. What do? I designed the next series as what's called Millionaires Founders Kit. I wanted to have a book a month, 12 books, 12 CDs. That way you can master it again and again and again. Now, we sold it at the Bonavitcher for $5,000 a set for 32 years. I was the largest registered agent in the world. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles. And for 32 years, you found me at the Bonavitcher every Wednesday night. All right, because I don't have anything to do besides play with you. Office $1,000. May I sell it for $4.99 at the Zell during a broadcast? Now, someone brought up Homestead Blocker, UCC and Chattel Mortgage. The problem in real estate is sometimes the tenant didn't want to pay. Through the renter's insurance, and I invented Homestead Blocker, UCC1, Chattel Mortgage. If they don't pay, I get $65,000 every damn time. Financial series was simple: buckets of money, tax balance, and become the bank. So what is the goal? Office. All right, 1999, me, half price always. I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years, and I don't need one anyway. So the reality is simple. Now, I got specialty classes. Now, you'll find out that I'm online 6 days a week. That's right, like now, and yesterday and the day before. Don't worry about Friday and Saturday, too. What happens every Saturday at 9 a.m. in Pacific Standard Time, we have a class called In Rotation. All right, this week it's called Leveraging the Money. Because you join me tonight, I'm going to give you and waive the $500 fee for Leveraging Money. You get to go for free. Okay, it's this Saturday, 9 a.m. From here, it's like grant money. Well, our government basically has been doing stupid things anyway for years, but they're giving away $10 billion in grant money. So we could play. See, your corporation's going to make a profit. Then the nonprofit offsets the taxes. Or you're going to buy a Lamborghini or something. So what do we get to do? Now, here's the thing. If you have a nonprofit or you want one, or I give you one, or what do you have, then we have to figure out, okay, a corporation filed for nonprofit. Nonprofit isn't have a federal exemption. So we got to go irs.gov, 1023 form, and get a 501c3. But then people are charging 15 grand for that. Well, go to my class, which you had to do it yourself. That class is every 8 weeks. So again, like nonprofit. Nonprofit corporation, I would tell you to pick last year so we have in stock, because you get to go get grant money now. If you get one right away that doesn't have last year on it, no history to it, guess what's going to happen? You got to wait till next year for the grant money. So if we did this correctly with officers list, tax ID, and I want to add 3 divisions, always 3 divisions minimum, and a nonprofit workshop. So the nonprofits or profit corps, we sell them for $5 grand. For another $999, 3 divisions, workshops, and we're going to have some fun. Now, if you did it tonight, listen carefully, if that was done tonight, that comes with $100,000 of credit. But that's a Zell. Write it down. All right. Now, treading water, playing it safe. See what happens with most of you. You got to do 5 things. These are 5 things. These are must have. So write down on a separate piece of paper, must have. It's very simple, must have. That means I need a 750 score. We'll build credit as we get there, but the reality is 750 and above. I get all my clients out there who listen. Corporation with divisions. From there, we want cash credit, 100,000 to 1 million. Now we want checkbook money, $2 million as well, and we want supply and vendor credit. See, that's the foundation to be able to get the American dream as well. It's a must-have. So it's like a corp today. All right, let's understand. You have a corporation. Let me build the one you have, because I don't think you have a couple $1 million of this yet. All right, and you get to write it off and straight in credit card anyway. So if we did this, if not, I'll hand you a corp for free. You pay your filing fee. So what happens is we're going to have the division process. Here you want to stop bringing the pain home, put your ducks in a row, and let me repackage it my way because your way sucks. That's just how I feel and I believe. I believe I can do it better than you. How's that? And don't worry, I'll challenge anybody on planet Earth on stage, knowledge to knowledge. I write with both hands, talk at the same time. I have total recall on most things, and I have an IQ of 203. And I'll kick their ass. All right? I studied everything I could, memorized it to be the best of the best. But again, what do you get to do? Well, here's Glenn. He lived in his car for 3 years and said, get out of that damn car. What happened to you? Lost his job. His wife left him. It's not a good woman. Sorry. How could she be a good woman if she leaves you because you lose your job? Thought it was a better and worse. Millionaire company, brand new house, brand new truck. Put on my info commercial. Here's Freeway Ricky Dicky Ross. I got him $3 million after 20 years in prison. Well, then we got Thomas, who was in prison for 26 years. Brand new dump truck, 6 months later, $5 million contracts. Michael, God rest his soul. We got Arnold here. We got presidents. We have basically Costner. We have Giovanni for Pixar. We got college professor Biola University dedicated a book to me. We got Steve from Gold's Gym saying I kick ass and motivate. Cook Bean, God rest his soul. And I got her $1 million too. So I'm also known as the Incorporated for Rich and Famous. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels. Here's what happens with the whole world, and I'm sorry, but it's true. I look out these big 2 windows right here. I believe they're wrong and I'm right. Simple. All right, let's start a business, honey. Well, that's what you did. We're going to do with our friends and family. We're going to jack up our credit cards. We're going to drop the score, get stuck, you can't get any more, bring the pain home to you and me and hawk our house and being stupid. Well, that's what you did. I understand. I've been teaching and preaching in front of people online for over 49 years. Where the hell you been? I would say the oldest and the smartest one in this industry because I am. But the goal is to never bring the pain home. You brought it home because you didn't know how to play. 750 is waiting for every one of you. What do we do? Well, first of all, we have to plan the problem. We got to plan the problem. We got to have safety credit. We have to have a line of defense because someone's trying to kick our ass heads. So we have to understand what I designed for Yarborough, training him. And this is what happened during pandemic. I'm going to sue Credit Karma. My dashboards and my 24-hour call center, I want to put them in their place. There's no phone number to help you. It's ridiculous. But clickety-clack, making money. So what I designed is very simple. I designed 25-29% rule. Okay, I designed that. So let's understand 25-29% rule. Now, all the dashboards finally, after all this crap that we've all had to go through, have now put it on track right. 0 to 29 is green. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Again, you control your score by screwing it up or making it good again. But again, it's up to you. So if all cards fluctuate, but 2, and we want that 750 forever, all we have to do is understand. All cards fluctuate, but these 2 don't. So those 2 are the ones that get past 29%. Any given time, it doesn't drop my score, so I get stuck and get some more. See, you can maintain 750, but you have to master Ray's rules and tools. That's the ultimate goal as we play the game of business. Now, IRS, please write it down. I want you to write down irs.gov. See, you got to connect your dots, and I want you to do that, and I want you to understand something. Now, there's no picture. Put the camera in, Mark. Write it down. I want you to get an SS4 form. All right, understand that. Tax ID. All right, I want you to get to 1244. That converts a LLC or C Corp to an S Corp, which it should be when it starts to make money. I want you to get the 1023 form. That's get the 501c3 exemption. 4506T or C, a creditor is going to give you that form to verify your tax return. The 456 is the form how you get back in the system for the IRS offering compromise. UCC1 is the entitlement of ownership, irrevocable trust. Your goal is to connect the dots. Connecting the dots is the biggest thing you need to do. Problem, we got to plan it. We got to plan the problem because someone's going to try to take it away and knock us down anyway. See, being an entrepreneur is like falling off the damn cliff. If you don't feel that and challenge yourself, you're not really an entrepreneur. You're a wannabe. All right, you got to push it. You got to understand that first million's a pain in the ass set. Second one, third one's easier. But do you have what it takes? All right, let's talk about Mr. Buffett, who goes around saying we should all pay more tax. He pays less tax than anybody. He owns his favorite 10 companies and his favorite 10. Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridgestone, Fruit of the Loom. See, he leverages everything. All right, then you get everything for free and write it all off to win. But again, that's up to you. All right, if you want to play the game to win. Winning the lottery tonight, what does that mean? Let's say today you won the lottery. Your CPA and attorney have a problem. They're going to tell you you got to put in your bank account, pay the tax. I'm going to say have a division of me. Division of me. I'm going to tell you to sit down with that banker and deposit the check under a tax ID. I'm going to say you're not going to pay tax. You're going to borrow against it. Borrow money is not taxable. All right, and we're going to play the game to win. Apple basically had a problem. They were bankrupt in 97. So the reality is pretty simple as we play this game. We want to play to win. Is that correct? Okay, so the goal is very simple as we play this game. The goal is to always win, win, win. So when bankrupt Apple, they were bankrupt. They're out of business. They're done. What do? Well, let's understand something. Bill Gates, who was indicted 4 times, had to step down as his own president of his own company because our government doesn't like someone smarter than them. So what happens is Mr. Bill Gates, all right, basically did one thing. He has a line of credit. The line of credit is very simple, okay? And what does he do? He says, let me give you a line of credit that I already have. And you use that $150 million to a line of credit. He gave this to Steve Jobs. Okay, no problem. As long as you maintain the payment, you're okay. He gave borrowed money, which is not taxable, to save Apple's assets. And they got to rebuild themselves after they fired Steve Jobs in the first place, being stupid. But again, borrowed money is not taxable. Now, Google's in an indictment right now, if you don't know that. They're supposed to, and they lost the indictment. They lost, and they're supposed to sell Chrome. Now they're appealing that. Now, by the way, Apple's in an indictment now, too. Okay, that's right, Apple. So we get to play the game to win. It's like properties. Let's say you want to do flippity dippity doos. Okay, what do? Simple. I did that, and then I found out the buyer's a liar, the agent shows the broker. And the contract, oh my God, they're full of crap. I mean, they cut corners every time they can. I decided at 21 years old to be the bank. I watched all these stupid people in 2008 screw it up for the world. Statewide, countrywide, and all this stated income. Talk about being stupid. But the reality is at 21, I wanted to be the damn bank. I sold a very expensive car. They gave a deposit. I carried the paper. In other words, I kept the loan I had, and I charged them the difference. $413 a month for 7 years. That's called assignment of asset. When I sold a car, that was fine. But if I sold the house, I just assigned a mortgage. I could play, and I got $1,200 a month for basically 30 years. Isn't that fun? So if we got an apartment complex, we could actually split deed the crap out of it. We could play the game to win. Would that be a concept for you? Assignment of mortgage, assignment of asset. It's in the real estate system and financial system. So you can learn to play the game to win. Another auto income. All right, so every division, as far as I'm concerned, should be known as a bucket of money. Corporations are what again? What happens? May sue or be sued. From there, it should never do business. It should what? Manage entities called divisions. Your corporation should do 4 things. This is Ray's rules. This is what I believe. You do what you want. It's up to you. Buffer tax. No taxes due to or profitable. All corporate credits are right off an interest rate. Cars, fleet price. Hotels, free buffet. That's it. If you allow your corporation to do anything more than that, I'm going to say it's stupid. Plain stupid. Because when they sue it, they sue you. Your division is your line of defense. From here, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, and multiple credit reports, and separate liability for real estate. See, the problem we got on real estate is there's tenants. You're expecting them to pay so you can pay your mortgage. Line of defense is what we need. If you build a real corporate umbrella, my way, division process, all right, you're going to create yourself into a $5 million company. All right, Danny screwed up. He's one of my partners in business. What did he do? He didn't do the divisions fast enough. We had unit 36 fell out of a bathtub, broke her toe. She wants 50,000. See, everybody wants to blame everybody else to get a free ride. That's why you have all these bloodsucker attorneys on TV. So he had to pay 20 grand. It's like, let's think about divisions. If a corporation is set up, a division rolls the dice, it's the duck and the sheep. We don't want to hurt the corporation ever, but it's up to you. So if we position this correctly, now we got to focus. How many divisions do I want? If I have a corp and 9 divisions, I know I can turn that into $1 million of credit off one card. I know if I get a location, I need a division for that. So every 9 divisions need to be 18. All right, very simple. Every 18 need to be 36. And then we got to look at 72. 72 is apartment complex. 36 is storage unit. The other ones are dry cleaner, car wash, or laundromat. So we got to decide what type of business. When we do this correctly, let's understand something. What I put in my book decades ago, corporation, division, subdivisions, and more, that created $16 million of credit. I invented division process, period. I've been around a long time setting up a lot of things for people. What I set up for myself. I don't want to pay a franchise tax fee for every location. Do you? But again, do you want to be a millionaire? I'm hoping the answer is no. Okay. All right. Let's get a millionaire corporation. Let's separate a liability per location, per what? Franchise or piece of property. Let's play my way in the financial series. Tax balancing. All right. Buckets of money, become the bank. See, that's the way you can play the game to win if you want to, but it's going to be up to you. A division. Someone brought about daisy chaining of credit. Here's what happens. I set up the dashboards in 1987 while I'm training Yarborough. Spearing became a Spearing in 96. So what do? If I have a name of a person, corporation, or whatever name you want to name, a division, let me know. That allows me to set up an instant credit file. Spearing, TransUnion, Equifax. As long as I put 2,000 of history to it, it stays in place. I don't need an inquiry. If I daisy chain credit from one card to the division process, down the road, I'm going to want tax IDs to separate billing and reapply. Again, what do? So tonight, each division runs about $1,000. It's like a replacement of you or other pieces. Here's 3 divisions right there, with or without credit, 9, 12. You decide what you want. Take your picture. That's what you're allowed to do tonight. If it was done tonight, I mean between now and 6 o'clock tonight, period, I will double the numbers. But if it's not done tonight, forget it. It's an opportunity of now. Or again, it'd be 6, 18, and 24. There's your Zell, and you put RW and you Zell. All right, money making machine. How do you become a money making machine? Division process. Today, all right, what I did years ago in 1974, OPM. Okay, vendor and supply money. 100,000 to $1 million. You'll pay a bill up to 90 days. Well, that's done on Bradstreet. Today, like someone said about supply to cash, take your picture right here. I came out of coma. All right. We went home, found it's not in my house, so I was told to leave. With guns drawn to my head. It's not your house anymore, Ray. Realized, that thing happened in the coma. It was real. So what did I do? Honey, go to Mark's place. Mark's found me with jewelry Mark off the freeway. I'll be right back. I'm walking with an oxygen tank. Okay, I can't breathe for about 7 months. Okay, what do? I go into Mark's place, sell my wedding ring, Rolex necklace, bracelet. I walk out with $16,400. My wife says, "Where's your Rolex? Where's your wedding ring?" Honey, they're being cleaned. I lied to my wife. I lied to her today if I have to. My goal is to protect my wife and my family. All right, she felt bad enough that POA got signed. Now, I went over to Best Buy, got a computer, all right, and they gave me instant credit because I have 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions, all right, and I got all these Visa gift cards. So I can swipe them in my phone and put money in the bank. I opened that account that day too. Then I went and got 100,000. No, I got $1 million of credit. 6 damn weeks. Bought my wife an extreme house. Why do people stay down? What the hell's wrong with them? There's no reason to stay down ever. So supply can get you about 51,000 of supply credit into cash. You can balance your debt. You can sell on Amazon and eBay today. So when I add you to my credit system, I get you where you need to go, but you're going to have to follow through and listen to me because I'm going to tell you what to do. So the word no doesn't mean no again. It means they don't know how. So it's like the car. I mean, I'm sorry. I need to repackage everything you do. Why? You do it wrong. I mean, can you imagine husbands and wives putting their name on the loan together for a damn house? That's called stupid. They both get loan to value problems. Or every time they look around, no, 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 no. They sue her, they sue him, they sue him, they sue her. That's called dumb. It's a married person sold separate property. Only one on the loan, the rest is going to a trust. Who controls the trust? Controls the asset. House and car, lose it? Okay. You know what happens when you lose it? The bank reports it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you have double shitty credit. You didn't plan the problem. That's your problem with you. Again, what do we say? What do we do? Here's 2 cars, 2 buildings. See, what I see is 1,013 divisions. Your problem is you. Every one of you, same silly, dumb thing. You go to the dealership, they sweat you for 5 hours, and they get you 9 damn inquiries. Well, what you should have done is basically flat out, when you sign that little piece of paper, above your signature, it allows 1 inquiry, you take a picture, you set the tone. You let them sweat you for 5 hours. That's ridiculous. But again, the goal is to never bring the pain home or stop bringing the pain home. So, car, fleet price, tax ID division. Write it down. Car, fleet price, tax ID division. Never in your name because that'd be kind of dumb. But again, Rebecca, I remember when Robin Williams introduced her to her. I met Robin at the Laugh Stop a long time ago. Sister Sam and all this other things they were doing. Beautiful person. The DMV so stupid, sold her driver's license, her address to a crazy person. He came to that house and he killed her at the front door. In California, we had the Schaefer bill. See, my point is, God rest her soul and her family, is you're being stupid. Why? You got in a bumpity bump. All right, you got pulled over a police officer. See, your personal information can be changed. PO box, mailing address, driver's license, insurance, registration. There's your problem. You got to realize to repackage you. Here's my dashboard I set up in 1987. I'm allowed under SSN SS4. Which one do I want? Do I want a person, corp, division, or subsidiary? All right, the reason I'm applying for. What do I want? See, the dashboards are very simple with the history and instant credit reports. I like instant reports, don't you? But again, it's like anything else. All right, you need 2 for everything you're trying to do. But this is under tax ID, the way I designed it in the first place. A division of me, we charge $2,000 for that sucker. I got to build it up and away. But that's a division of you, in case you screwed American Express or Chase or something. But we'll get around that problem as long as you have no intent to do fraud. If you want one tonight, it's half price. If it was done tonight, Zell. Not tomorrow, call the office. They'll basically write it up for $19.99. The goal is to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. So what do we want to do? Help me help you in referrals and the affiliate program too. We get to play. The Ray Reynoldds University, my dream. Going to come back to reality again. Every one of you need 100,000 of personal credit. 29% utilization, 71,000 for safety. In case you happen to know what shit day, shit week, shit month, to shit year. It gives you about a year's salary to juggle through it. Now the corporation needs 100,000 to $1 million. So let me rebuild you my way. Let's get you the green spark for 100,000 and the 2 sisters for 30. That's 160 times 9. Is that $1 million yet? B of A has 3 cards times 9. Wells Fargo has 4. All right, Chase Inc. has 5, and the American Express. So if we did this correctly and we daisy chain the credit up to $5 million, what's the next thing? Bank. We want to go to the bank. All right, B of A is going to call bridge the gap. As long as the 2-year corporate division, guess what we get? A line of credit up to 150. I call it checkbook money. But again, when you get that money, you better bridge loan it, or you better what? Put some in escrow, because this is what's going to happen in 45 days. The payment's due. We got to make sure you're prepared for that. Now, divisions allow us to justify a projection, all right, of income as a business plan up to $1 million. And that's what's important, but it's your choice. So millionaire maker can be you. But again, division process, please never run a business. Let the division be the duck and the sheep, because that's the only thing you're willing to sacrifice, but you get to play. Now, my dashboard allows me to get a personal and business platinum card, employee card, and expense card. And how many would you like? Would you like the gold card? Now, about 17 years ago, as an affiliate, I kept pushing for the corporate applications to allow division on the application. It's been there for 17 years, by the way. Cash cards. American Express is so silly, they offer 99 more cards off one damn card. So I don't want to get you the 2 personal and the 2 business. They don't fluctuate, so you don't jack up a card again. See, you're going to get the line of credit, and then we're going to talk about that blueprint loan. American Express, and Scott there years ago said they named it after me. Who knows? He said it, but who knows? $250,000 in blueprint loan. This means if we're going to get a blueprint loan, we want to use part of that to buy a storage unit, a laundromat, dry cleaner, apartment complex. So if we did this correctly and we got some money, we're going to reference 3 times 5. When you run a business of the money coming in, you're going to go broke. If you reference 3 times 5, you can turn that into $1 million line of credit. You grow the business off the line of credit. That's how the money comes in again and again. That's the goal. But again, we can start with $1,000 to $75,000. Borrow money is not taxable. It's not what? If I use the borrow money, I'll set the taxes, the interest rate, and I buy the lifetime income. That's real estate or franchise. See, you've been trying to get all this money and hawk your house and your credit and silly stuff when you should have did it this way. But again, it's like anything else tonight. Tonight, you're going to get a 50% discount because you're hearing all the things they're trying to throw at you at once. Because I want to make sure I cover all the bases. 50%. And I'm going to say, always good. Thank you, Jesus. So 100,000 of credit. I want you to have it personal or business-wise, 100,000. Okay. The office turns to do about 10%, 10 grand. No problem. And then they do their little discount for $79.99. But if you notice, they're all gone now. So tonight it's $4,999. It's 50% off. If it was done tonight, now. But again, that's a Zelle only. If you can't do Zelle, you miss the opportunity. That's just the way it works. So that would be very simple. Now, auto income requires 100,000 of credit. There you go. From there, I want you to understand. Some of you have already paid for basically maybe the millionaire in the making or a credit package. Okay? If you're in a rebuild or a millionaire in the making, what I want you to think about, if you paid $1,000, okay, you could pay the difference tonight of that $5,000 or $39.99, the difference, and I'll change it to $100,000. If you did $19.99 in a package, then your difference is $3,000. If you did $24.99, your difference is $24.99. Take a picture, write it down. It's only offered tonight. Simple. But again, it's like the 50,000. All right, the discount to them is $39.99. I usually give it away very simple. All right, from there, save some money. The 25 is $2,500, $19.99. But again, this is going to be up to you. It's always a Zelle with me. Okay, bottom line is up to you as well. So the money making machine could be that Lamborghini, that $1 million, $100 million building, reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've done that all my life, training people to be millionaires, corporations, the division process. That's what makes sense. We get to play the right way. So if we do this right, we're going to get to millionaire status. You'll become a CFO. That means we're going to see it, believe it, go get it. That is the ultimate goal we're trying to do. See, I don't think you have your time. I think your time has you, and that's your biggest problem as we play this game. So let's understand. All right, I told you to take a picture about being a real CFO and protecting your family too. Again, you don't have a corporation from last year and you need one. We sell them for 5,000 each. Profit or nonprofit, it has the reports, has the history, and they're ready to go. We'll put it in each state and change the name whatever you want. But again, do you want to be a millionaire or a millionaire corporation? You got to make a decision tonight. It's going to be up to you. I don't want you bringing the pain home. Or a financial series as well. You got to think about how you want to play this game to win. Division process, remember, tonight it is discounted. All right, and I'm doubling the numbers if it was done tonight with or without credit. And there's the double the numbers if you did it right away. But again, it's a zell. So buoyant and steady. Having my 22,000 payphones was fun. Laundromats, dry cleaning, all the things I wrote books on as well. Finding something you can buy your city, the neighborhood, auto income. That would be the ultimate goal. So you can partner with me. You can get into coaching. I'll guide you every step of the way, help you close the escrow. I'll do all the work for you too. These are tax lien properties. These are the ones that we have on Chase, all right, repo lists as well. So we get to play the game. You could probably look and research in all basically 50 states. What state has a property under 100,000, brand new? What would you do? 5,000 down, that's the deposit. You could actually start doing and having a real estate office maintain them for you and get up to 10,000, 100,000 a month. Then you go to the next state and the next state and the next state. See, you should be investing in something that lasts forever. Dry cleaners wrote the book on that a long time ago. Client got him 3 locations, 63,000 a month. All right, we got basically laundromats are good too, 30,000 a month. The storage units are one of my favorite because they got an employee system that's through a service and they just maintain it through cameras. All right, Jack in the Box is nice. Gas stations are good too. See, these are the type of business you should focus on, even EV charging stations, which most states are going after as well. So again, take that picture. That would be that $100,000 a month you need to build up to, call auto income. You can do it. I can do it for you. If you're in coaching, I'll line you up with the broker's list and you make the decision. You do, we do, or we do it for you. From there, we basically partner up. So again, look around, be the investor. All right, do not run it, please. That wouldn't be the business I'd want. All right, to do an auto income, usually you need 100,000 in credit because you're using part of that, maybe half of that for the down payment. Again, what do we look at? Locations. And I said, what we're going to do, make it a turnkey for you. Remember what I said, take a picture of that because that's your goal. That should be taking a picture. That should be literally in front of your desk, your refrigerator, whatever it is. There's your focus. Breathe it, eat it, go get it. Simple. A division of you needs to be set up. Now, if I partner with you in something, all right, and we partner into a business, we're going to basically share that entity, that division. All right, it might be that you get basically 25%, I get 75. All right, there's different ways we can partner that you get 75 and I get 25. But again, the goal is to fight to get the keys. I've been partnering with people since 1987. But again, this one turns into the opposite. Which part of the piece would you like, the big one or the little one? But again, the goal is auto income. Auto income. Phone calls with me are fun. They're 15 minutes. Blueprint calls are an hour with Partner of Life, and coaching are every other week. So if you want a phone call, it's simple. All right, the discount is $3.99 tonight. If you want 3 calls, 6 calls, 9 calls, take that picture. This is offered tonight. I came up with an idea this morning, and I'm only offering it today. If you don't do it, then it goes away. That's how it works. It is basically like the blueprint call. Past, present, and future. Partner of Life. Working on the process. Office sales are for $19.99. Tonight, if you want a blueprint call up to that hour with a Partner of Life, it's half price of $9.99. All these things are Zell only. And then what do we get to do? Coaching, okay. Let's say we want to get into a coaching program. Do you want me, one of my junior and senior coaches? Who would you like? From there, we're going to take probably 40,000 like I always did off of a card, laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash. 100,000, usually storage unit, apartment complex, depends if I want to take the 250 or a D or DSRC loan. But again, it's boring and steady. So the goal tonight is 50% discount, which means tonight, if you want, all right, it's like that mini coaching. It's the only one we discount anyway. So it's a blueprint call, it's a private coaching call. It's 10,000 in credit, 90 days of rapid rescore. And what happens tonight, it is $19.99. Same price you would pay for a blueprint call. But that's if you did it tonight. And that would be a Zell. 6 weeks, it's fun. Blueprint call, 25,000 of credit, expedited rapid, workshops, level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty. All right, discounted to 6,000. All right, it's simple to do. Those are Zell. Now, we have to change what we're doing if we do long term. The IRS says 5 million below a small company. So if you did 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, your goal should be fight for the keys and change your goal to $5 million. Once again, you do, we do, or we do it for you. Turnkey all the way. So if you wanted a 3 months program, 6 months or a year, the goal is to increase limits of credit. Daisy chain the credit across the board. Because the more we daisy chain, the more credit we get for each division. Calls are bi-weekly, by the way. So if we look at this, it's very simple. A 3 months coaching is going to run you basically $9,000. We're going to give you 50,000 of credit. From there, if you wanted 6 months, it's 16,000, and you get 100,000 of credit, which would have cost you 10 anyway. When you go after the 1 year, it's 32,000, but then you get 200,000 of credit. So those are Zell, because the bigger numbers, that means you have to do bank wire transfer. It'll be up to you how you want to play the game to win. Sometimes, like when it came to Robert, 2 weeks ago, I got him a line of credit at Navy. I lined it up. He got 35,000. His concern was that $1,200 a month. I said, take two of that $12,000, excuse me, and I wanted to get you 2 bridge loans. See, each one of these, once it's set up, is $809.10 per month. So now that $1,200 a month, he now gets $1,600. That's $400 plus. But it also gave him $23,000 to play on something else. So again, that almost doubles the money. So take a picture. Every one of you should do income and basically look at bridge loans, cash or card. Why? That's how I kept my credit alive when they struck my limits. Is when I had 53 million, I don't want to lose it. That would be your Zell, simple to do. Now, let's say you want the 250 now. I know it's a lot to handle tonight, but I want to cover all the bases. The 250,000 could be Stellar Bank, it could be Chase, could be the blueprint loan, the ultimate goal. So what happens is, if you want the 250, you got to line it up to get the goodies. Now, what happens if you don't have an account that has 100,000 plus coming in every month? All right, let me know. We can partner up to help you. Reference you as one of my entities. I can take your corporation and do a division into my corporation for you, and I can use my tax returns and basically all the reference we have. For instance, if we look at December, all right, basically what we need to show 100,000 a month. This is 2 of the smaller accounts that I have, by the way. So what happens is we get to show from Bank of America almost 400,000 basically in December. Then we look at January, that's fun too. So we look at this and we show, well, basically up to almost $500,000 of money. So they see that money coming in and out, they're going to throw their line of credit at us. That's where you want to partner up with me or exercising a card. If we turn around and we did the blueprint loan, for instance, all right, we charge $5,000 to do that for you. Okay, there's a fee. We also charge you 10% on the back end when you get up to the 250. So you can take that and bridge loan and whatever. The gateway for that, it happens to be the platinum card. Okay, if you look at a platinum, it says blueprint. So if we exercise that card using a division of your corp under my corp, and I basically verify all the pieces, you're going to get up to the 250 now. I tell you to be careful because you don't want to screw it up. Next, you can multiply that by each division, by the way. You can get more than one, that's the point. That's what a division should do. So for instance, David got 240, Keith got 165, Dana 125, Mary 175, and Carrie got 210. And we know basically my last couple, they got 235. So what do? That's what you use for franchise or bridge loan. You turn it into money. But again, remember, we charge $5,000 to do that. Okay, and that's just to set it up, and then we charge 10% on the back end. That way you can basically get up to that 250. Very simple to do, having fun. Those are things or bank transfer wires or even a Zelle. But again, it's a choice. If you never use a card, you just email you want to use a card. It's pretty simple to do. So help me help you and help other people. Referrals and the affiliate program. Like I told you earlier today, banks have branch numbers, stores have store numbers, cities and states. So you don't have to bring the paint home in the first place. You chose to do this because your lack of knowledge. Sorry to say, but it's true. But it's going to be up to you. The goal should be never bring the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Look beyond that curtain every time. That would be the goal. For me, I got to do my best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. And the ultimate goal for all of us. How do we reach the goal? Well, if we don't win the lottery, how do we get the money? That's where that corporate credit comes in place. And that would be the goal. All right. If I got 100,000, how would I pay it back? I did that one already. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss one. Auto income bridge loan. Well, again, when you get a line of credit, you got to make sure you use the credit to turn it into more money. Again, if you just want to pay for credit. See, the silly thing, what people do is they refinance their house, pay down their debt, then go on a vacation using the house money to borrow money. Then they live off that. It's silly. Shadow mortgage. The equipment. Well, the equipment is very important. It has value to it. Okay, you see, so when I did this one for Joseph already, so I took all those pictures. I want to make sure, and they'll actually make sure someone reaches out tomorrow to you as well regarding any question we have. The ultimate goal is to make sure there's no question not answered. How do I check the score on a division? Well, you can't check the score on the division until it builds credit to it. When you ask for separate billing or reapply, then it builds a score. Right now, it just has a credit report, just like the reports do. Okay, let's see here. Senior living below, all right, living below poverty, Arizona, don't need, all right, file personal taxes. Well, it just depends what the CPA says in your city or state. I believe you have to file taxes the rest of your life, no matter what you do. But again, you can file a zero tax return. Okay, we have to do what the IRS says. But I'm not here to be CPA and attorney. Okay, that's why I have to have that disclaimer there as well. Corporations, divisions, or just corps. Well, what you see basically, like on a TikTok, it says get all these LLCs. That's wrong, because they all have to do what? Franchise tax fee in California, BOI, and everything else. No. When they sue the corp, they sue you. I want to make sure you understand. Divisions, your names are not on it. So the bottom line is very simple. All right, went up last night, 699, 710. Okay, all right, stable. All right, 734, 739, and 729 in 1 year from a 550. All right, all right, across the board. Thank you so much. Well, if everybody does what they're told or what I ask them to do, and I'm pushy, all right, because I don't have any BS to give you besides the truth, their score will be 750 and above. And you've had to balance some debt a little bit. So again, our goal is to get you to 770. The 770 gives me a gap of 20 points to stay at a 750 and above. So when you go after a card or something or a line of credit, it'll fluctuate 12 to 16 points. It'll go back in 3 weeks anyway. But what happens from that standpoint is we want to make sure that we call it a duplication, because I want to make sure we get the account. Inquiries don't have to stay there if they're duplications. So tonight, I know I threw a lot at you. Want to make sure you cover yourself and answer the questions as well. But keep in mind, what I offer tonight is good tonight only. Or if you do it tonight, good, that's good. If not, office is normal price starting tomorrow morning. We do our best.